Peace, everybody. Boxing science experts here. God Body in the building. I want to talk briefly about Boots Ennis and the 147 and 154 pound divisions. And I want to share something I think is vital for Boots. I think that Boots, and even if your father sees this or y'all should move to 154 immediately. Strategically for your career, and so you can get some big money fights, because if you don't do that, you're not going to get no big fights. Crawford's gone, Errol's gone. Once those belts become available, the people who are there most likely will dodge you, and you don't really have big fights there. Virgil Ortiz, he has to move up. He's having problems with his health, and it could be tied to the weight drain. Ennis, not going to fight you. And it's not a big fight anyway. The rest of the 147 division, you'll be collecting belts and paying more sanctioning fees than making money and making big fights. And so if you move to 154 and push for the Tim Tszyu fight, you put yourself in a great position to force a lot of things. First, Tim Tszyu will fight you. He will. He's not going to run. Secondly, if you get the fight, you can get a belt at 154 immediately. That puts a freeze on Undisputed at 154. That means that if Crawford wants to get to Charlo, he got to come through you. Crawford don't want to fight you, but you have to force him to, or force him to retire. They're going to run that fight back with Errol and Crawford because it's a money thing. Errol wants that money. Crawford wants big fights. That fight is going to get ran back. So that's you shelving yourself. And the only way you're going to get Crawford to fight you is at 154. You collecting belts at 147 means what? If you get to 154 and start collecting belts, you're already going to be a Hall of Famer if you keep going at the pace that you're going. What if 147 was just, it's not value there for you? Big fights or putting yourself in a better position for the extension of your career. Because you probably end up at 160, maybe even 168 if you wanted to. But if you want to force hands and you want big fights, go to 154 now. Now, I can't tell nobody what to do. You know, Bozy is your dad, father, your trainer. I train boxers. I teach boxers nutrition, science. I'm a lifetime athlete. But what I see in the forecast for you to get yourself in a better position, not just for yourself, for boxing overall, is to get to 154. What y'all think? Share this with Boots. Share this with Bozy. Give me some comments about, what I'm saying and how I see the landscape for one of the most exciting boxers. But I want to see big fights. We all want to see big fights. I want to see you fight Crawford. And I think that at 154, if you force that position, you'll get that fight and a lot of other fights. So, peace.